What's up, y'all? Matt McMeme here, coming out of retirement, just to make another anime video. If only one last anime video, I don't know. But you know how much I love to make top 10 lists, especially of anime. So I said, fuck it. I'll make a top 10 anime of the decade list, and that's what I done. Um, So obviously, there's a ton of shit I missed in the decade. Um, Surprisingly enough. So if your favorite show isn't on here, I either didn't see it or, more likely, it's bad and you're a bad person for watching it. Um, there are also a lot of hard cuts, a lot of difficult cuts to this list. A lot of shows I really really love. Just not have the space. Didn't have the space. So honorable mentions to Saikano, Kyokai no Kanata, fucking Demon Slayer. Like Demon Slayer, if it had a second season already, if that wasn't, I think that's this year, isn't it? If the second season had come out within the decade, I think that could very easily be top 10. In a bunch of different places in the top 10 potentially. But as with just the one, I think it just barely doesn't make the cut. Um, so yeah, with that out of the way, let's get to the fucking list. I got it written down right here. That's a notebook. So here we go. Number 10. Number 10, I have Konosuba. Oh, and for the record, since all of these are pretty, they're pretty fucking well-known anime. Um, I'm not gonna be like giving a summary or anything. I'm just kind of gonna be briefly going over my thoughts of the show. What kind of my takeaways were, and why I like them so much. So yeah, they're pretty well known, and if not, just fucking look them up on Mal or something. But yeah, number 10 is Konosuba. Um, Recently I saw the Konosuba movie, illegally, and it was pretty decent. It was good. It was basically just like an extended episode, but watching it made me just really happy, and it was just because I got to see all of the characters in Konosuba doing new shit. Um, and so even though the movie was, again, pretty much just an extended episode, I still really really enjoyed it. Just because it felt like I was seeing some old friends again or something like that, which just really drove home how likable all the characters in Konosuba are, how funny they are, how much fun it is just to have them interact with each other. And I think that's definitely what the show is best at. I don't really care that much about, all the isekai deconstruction shit, because I don't think that matters very much, personally, just because I don't care that much about isekai one way or the other. Um, but just the character interactions and the character based comedy is amazing, and some of the funniest shit of the year, or of the decade rather. Coming in at number 9, probably the most obscure anime on this list. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a show called Boku no My Hero Academia. So yeah, not much to say for that one. Me being the basic bitch that I am, I had to put it somewhere on the list. Um, yeah, not much to say. It's fun. I like it. I like all the characters. It stayed pretty consistent. But the first season was honestly the worst one. So I mean, nowhere to go but up, really. Second season is especially good. I loved the fucking the sports fest and then the shit with Stain afterward. It was awesome. Yeah, it's good. It's a good anime. Number 8. This is actually probably the most obscure show on this list. Gamers. So I will slightly give a summary. Gamers is a masterpiece. It's a modern classic that has been unfortunately looked over, um, egregiously and unjustly looked over. It is a fake out show in that it sets it up. It sets you, the audience, up into thinking that it is it's a goofy, like, otaku bait club comedy about video games. And then it masterfully pivots into being a Shakespearean comedy, in that, it's a romantic comedy. The comedy centers from the characters being big idiots and having, like, massive misunderstandings. Like, as the show goes on, the characters' relationships and what they think each other's relationships are with the other characters becomes increasingly complex. This character has a crush on this other character, but they think that their crush has a crush on another character. But then that character actually has a crush on somebody else, but that character's crush is, complex and goofy, and intentionally so. The progression of how fucked up shit becomes, and the lack of communication continues to multiply in a very satisfying way. And I remember the ending being really nice too, because you do get a moment of, like, genuine understanding and connection between some of the romantically interested characters, and that was really satisfying. And if they don't make a season 2 of it, which they probably won't, since they fucking haven't already, and it's been several years, I'm gonna be pissed. So they better do it though, or else I'm shit's gonna happen probably. Number 7, have Durarara. Durarara, also not a ton to say on it. Generally just a really cool, unique show. I love the giant cast. I think they're all really fun. Just having a giant cast like that is unique and just makes the world feel really special, where, like, there's so many wacky characters all over the place that are, crashing into each other in all these different ways. The only thing I wasn't so hot on was the ending. I felt like it wasn't quite built up to enough. It did seem to kind of come out of nowhere to a certain extent. But other than that, yeah, just great show, great action, great characters, good animation, cool art style. Everything is just really good. I like it. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is Prison School. I talked about Prison School in my top 10 anime of all time video. So if you want to hear more in-depth shit, I think that video is bad though, so maybe don't. But Prison School, all you need to know, funniest show of the decade. I love it. I don't know why the fuck they never made a season 2 for it. Even though, like, that the next part of the manga that they would be covering is the best. It's also one of the few anime I've gone and read the manga for after I finished watching it, because I was like, I need to know what I need more of this. But who makes JC Staff? I think JC Staff just refuses because they're a bunch of jackasses. So fuck you. Prison School kicks ass. Number 5, I have Toradora. Another show I think is on my top 10 of all time list. So, take that how you will. But Toradora, I think also, like I said in that video, one of my favorite romantic, or probably my favorite romantic comedy, romantic anime, whatever the fuck. Romance anime. Every character in it is my favorite, and I love them all. When it's funny, it's really funny. When it's sad, big cry. Romance is nice, cute. Ami is the best girl. Just good ass romance show. Best romance show. Coming in at number 4, Fate Zero. Fate Zero. I feel like people don't even talk about Fate Zero anymore, which does make sense because other Fate shit has come out, and also it came out in like 2011 or something. But I do kind of hope that Fate Zero will remain, one of the more notable animes from the 2010s, because even outside of the goofiness that Fate is, Fate and all of its spin-offs, and even just Fate Stay Night is really goofy. But I hope that just on its own, Fate Zero at least can be remembered really fondly and, watched by the future generations of anime fans and all that stuff. Because I do think it is just really fucking good. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. Coming in at number 3, the only other even kind of obscure anime on this list, Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinju, or I just call it Rakugo just because that's easier. But yeah. It's actually pretty funny because I watched the first season of Rakugo as it was coming out. I was one of the few, apparently. Me and just the Anitubers, I guess. But yeah, I remember being super impressed by that at the time and thinking it was like really, really good. And then a couple of years later, the second season came out, and I didn't really watch it. I tried to, but I didn't even fucking remember what had happened in the first season. So I just put off watching it until like a month ago or so, actually, where I decided to rewatch the first season and then watch the second season. And I can honestly say that it is completely deserving of all the hype that it has. It is a super amazing period piece, character drama. What's it? There's like a fucking stupid ass literary term for a piece of art where it's about an artist learning how to become an artist. There's like a specific word for that, but I forget it. It's because I'm not a fucking art student. But yeah, just amazing, and you should definitely watch it, no matter what. I think Rakugo is a very universally recommendable show, just because of how fucking it's just solidly built, 100%, and the ending is very nice and uplifting, and it was good. Coming in at number 2, JoJo. It's JoJo. If you made me pick one part, I would definitely say part 4. Say the power ranking for the animated parts is 4. I guess 4, 3, 2, 5, 1, in my opinion. It's a little harsh to 5, but It was good. I like 5, but not like that. But yeah, that's JoJo. You know what JoJo is, so yeah, JoJo number 2. Um, and I'm looking forward to part 7 being the best anime of the 2020s. And so coming in at number 1, my favorite anime of the decade. I'd say it's my 3rd favorite anime of all time. Is Mob Psycho 100. And this is also kind of funny because it's not even funny. The first season was great, and I loved it at the time. It was awesome. It was a breath of fresh air, better than One Punch Man, and I loved it. And when the second season was, they're like, "Hey, we're coming out with the second season," I was like interested, but I was excited. I'm like, yeah, I love Mob Psycho, but I was not expecting it to be one of, the best 12 or 13 episodes of anime that I had ever watched. Because Mob Psycho season 2 is a 10 out of 10. I can say that. The first season's great. It's like an 8 or 9 out of 10, but this fucking second season is woof. I don't fucking. It's so crazy. There's so much good shit in it. Everything is awesome. Has also my favorite fight scene in anime ever with the fucking Terizawa and all the goofies fighting the teleporting guy. That fight is just fucking mwah. It's beautiful. It's 10 out of 10 for that fight alone, honestly. But yeah, because everything in season 2 is perfect. Most of the stuff in season 1 is perfect. Amazing show. One of the best ever. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Mob is my son, and do not ever bully him. And waifu of the year is Bunny Girl Senpai.